Welcome to episode 6 of the Flaming Tarmac. And as you can see by my backdrop, this is a Sebastian Vettel special. But I don't know what the big fuss is. It's not like we never knew it was coming. If you're an F1 fan and you follow F1 religiously like me, and like the majority of the marks on Twitter or YouTube, you should know, and this news shouldn't come as a surprise to anybody, like I said, to F1 fans. As soon as they signed Charles Leclerc for a 5-year deal, Vettel's days were numbered. Unless Ferrari was going to offer Vettel the same deal, there's no way that Vettel was going to stay at Ferrari. Vettel, he's been there since 2015. He's been at Ferrari. 2015. 5 years. First couple of years he was there, let's face it, Ferrari was dog shit. It's only since 2018, really, they've been making grounds on Mercedes. Everybody's going to talk about Vettel's making mistakes. He's crashing into Ricardo, he's crashing into this, crashing into that, slipping in Bahrain. We get it. We know this. But Sebastian Vettel leaving at the end of the 2020 season is no big surprise to me. And if you're an F1 fan like me, and you follow it religiously like me, not just putting any old content on Twitter to try and get follows, not putting any old videos on YouTube just to get follows. If you're like me, there's no, this news doesn't come to no surprise. Now the big question is, where is Vettel going? Is he going to Mercedes? Is he going to Renault? Is he going to McLaren? Or is he going to go back to where he won his first world title, Red Bull? That's the $600 million question. Where is Vettel going to go? I'm not even going to get started on Ricardo yet. That's for later on in the video. But for now, we're focusing on Vettel. Now, there's been rumours on the internet, there's been floating around about Alonso maybe going to Ferrari. Alonso said last year, some sweat put it on Twitter, I don't know, he's not really credible. I'm just saying what he said. Could be credible, I don't know. Guaranteed sweat. On the internet all day long. Sits in his mom's basement, sweating on his 1-bit PC. Sitting there looking for F1 news. Typing on his $6 keyboard. Someone put it on Twitter and said, Alonso said, this is what he said. Alonso said that if Vettel leaves Ferrari, I'm going to Ferrari. And then you hear rumours of Ferrari and say we're not willing to take Alonso. Then we hear even 2 weeks ago that Ferrari said we are happy to keep Vettel. Even though Ferrari said that, I still wasn't listening. I still was not listening. Like I said, soon as that ink was dry on that paper, that contract that Charles Leclerc signed, that 5-year deal, that was the message to Vettel, like to say, you are not our main driver anymore. Charles Leclerc is the future. This is the direction we are going in. We ain't going with you. You've had 5 years and you failed. We are going with Charles Leclerc. But do I agree? No. No. To me, Vettel should at least got a 3-year deal. If I was Ferrari, I would offer him a 3 to 4 years. Charles Leclerc didn't deserve a 2-year deal. I don't care about any Charles Leclerc fans out there, Ferrari fans. They're going to watch his video. They're going to go, what's this idiot talking about? What's he talking about? I'll tell you what I'm talking about. Charles Leclerc did not deserve a 5-year deal. And if you don't agree with me, put your comments in the section below and I will respond. And if not, follow me on Twitter. I'll leave the links in the description below. There's no way Charles Leclerc deserved a 5-year deal. Why? Because he won 2 races last year. What? Because he won Monza. And he made all them Ferrari fans piss in the pants. No way. You put the comment in the section below. Message me on Twitter and you tell me now why Charles Leclerc warranted a 5-year deal. But like I said, going back to my original point, as soon as Charles Leclerc signed that 5-year contract, that was Vettel gone. In my opinion. It's not fact. I'm not going to come at here and say, oh, Martin Brundle told me. Ted Kravitz told me. Little Johnny told me. No, my opinion. I believe it was done then. Even before then. If you go back to my video from last season, the beginning of last season, before Australia even started, I said on my video, Vettel doesn't need to watch out for Hamilton anymore. He needs to watch out for his teammate. Because his teammate is the one to be coming for his job, his spot. And now look, over 1 year later, look what's happening. I called this over a year ago. Over a year ago. I saw it coming. I thought 2019, this was Vettel's last chance to impress Ferrari. And he failed. He failed miserably. But does Vettel warrant another contract? Yes. And does Charles Leclerc deserve a 5-year contract? No. That's just my opinion. I know it's not going to be popular out there with them Ferrari fans, but I don't give a crap. That's just my opinion. That's the way it is. Now, like I said, where's Vettel going to be going? You got rumours flying around on Twitter. Toto Wolff should consider it. That's not come from Toto. This is something, like I said, Sweats on Twitter. He knows nothing about F1. They're just going to put it, like I said, in the room, typing on the keyboard, don't know what they're doing, going out there and saying, Toto said this. He says on the internet, Toto should consider it. Then they're saying that Zach Brown should consider it. Listen, don't print information if you haven't got facts. Facts. If you're going to come out and say, it's my opinion, fair enough. But don't come out and say, it's fact. Unless you've heard it from Toto Wolff himself, it's not fact. But in my opinion, if Vettel is going to go to a team, I'm going to stick to what I said originally. Vettel should go back to Red Bull. If there's a spot at Red Bull, I'll go there. If not, McLaren. That's it. Then you got rumours about Carlos Sainz. Carlos Sainz has been linked with Ferrari just like Daniel Ricciardo. Daniel Ricciardo last week was the favourite to go to Ferrari, and now all of a sudden the smooth operator is linked with Ferrari. Then they're saying Alonso's linked with Ferrari. My opinion, this is how it's going to be. Alonso should go to Ferrari. I think he might go to Ferrari. I just got a feeling. Alonso goes to Ferrari. Smooth operator stays at McLaren. And Daniel Ricciardo, I don't know where he's going. I ain't got a clue about Daniel Ricciardo. But for me, and then you got other rumours what are going around, that Alonso might go to Renault. So really, people ain't got a clue what they're talking about. I'm just going to give you my opinion. My opinion, Vettel should go back to Red Bull. Red Bull. That's where he won his 4 world titles. And sure, Christian Horner will open his hands out for Sebastian Vettel. He won him 4 world titles. I think that might help him get into Red Bull. That's just my opinion. Then you got people who was floating rumours around about Lewis Hamilton. You got Lewis Hamilton on YouTube, on Twitter. Someone's photoshopped it. But you got people on there saying, oh look, Lewis Hamilton might go to Ferrari, put him in a red suit. That's what all the Ferrari fans are gagging for. For 10 years, Ferrari fans have been saying, we want Hamilton. But let me tell you something, Hamilton ain't going nowhere. Hamilton is not going nowhere. Hamilton is staying at Mercedes. Trust me. My opinion, he's staying at Mercedes. Hamilton ain't going nowhere. That's just wishful thinking for the Ferrari fans. Yeah. So this is my flaming time. I'm drinking my coffee. Midnight. Ain't sleeping tonight. I'm still going to do a stream after this as well. Don't forget to follow me on Twitch. I do my streams. Yeah. It broke early this morning. Yesterday morning. Martin Brundle was on Sky Sports talking about, look, the reason why maybe Vettel's leaving because he's lost faith in the team. He's been there for 5 years. And he's kind of fallen out of love with Ferrari. He wanted to emulate his hero, Michael Schumacher. He wanted to go to Ferrari, win a few world titles to emulate his hero, Michael Schumacher. But it just didn't work out. In life, things do not work out. You might plan to do something, you might want to do it, but it just doesn't work out. In my opinion, there's that word again, my opinion, but it's true. In my opinion, if Lewis Hamilton wasn't driving for Mercedes, Vettel would have won the world title at least once. At least. It's Lewis Hamilton is the reason why he never won that world title with Ferrari. That and obviously the emergence of the hybrid era favouring Mercedes, but it was Lewis Hamilton. Because when I was having a 1-to-1, 17 and 18, who was at the top of the table? It was Hamilton, Vettel second. So if Hamilton wasn't there, because let's face it, even though you can love him or you hate him, Hamilton is an exceptional driver. Exceptional. Every generation driver come along. Schumacher, you had the Senna, Schumacher, Hamilton. Now you probably have Max Verstappen, maybe Ocon. We don't know what's going on yet. Who's going to be the next guy? Who's going to be that special one? There's only one diamond, like Jackie Stewart said. There's only one diamond. There's great, and there's a diamond. There's only one. Every generation. Lewis Hamilton is the diamond of his generation. And if it wasn't for Lewis Hamilton driving for Mercedes, I think that Vettel would have won a title. And it's just the way it is. Life is not always fair. But the fact is, he drove for Ferrari. He done his best. He did make mistakes. And he'd be the first to admit it. But that's just the way it is. Yeah, he was saying, I think Brundle was saying on Sky, he said he's falling out of love with Ferrari. He reckons that Alonso will go to Renault, Sainz will go to Ferrari. Sainz will stay at, he reckons Vettel would probably go to maybe McLaren. Sainz will go to Ferrari, and Alonso will go to Renault, something like that. That's what he was saying on TV today. He said Alonso to Renault, maybe. If that doesn't work out, maybe Vettel will retire. You can't really write that off. Because he's done it all. He's a 4-time world champion. He's 32 years of age. He's got a kid. He wants to spend more time with his kids and he's thinking, I've done it all. He doesn't want to downgrade that much. He doesn't want to go from Ferrari to somewhere like Williams, where he's never going to win the world title. He's only got a few more years. He's got about 5 years left, really, in Formula 1. That's if he wants it. And if that doesn't work out for him, he might just retire. So it could be like that. He could just work out that way. I don't know. But sad times, really, if you're a Sebastian Vettel fan. I like him. Sebastian Vettel, I think he's a great job. He's a 4-time world champion. He's saying on the internet now in The Guardian, Sebastian Vettel's Ferrari's departure could shake up the drivers' market. Not could, it will, and it has. Again, it makes me laugh when I see the rumours about... the funniest one is when I keep seeing Hamilton's name linked with Ferrari. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen, Ferrari boys. It will not happen until he wins that 8th world title. When he wins 8 world titles, then maybe you got a chance. If he does go to Ferrari, he wants to be on at least 8. And now the regulations have been kicked back to 2022. That favours Hamilton, because the regulations are going to be the same from now all the way to 2022. So that favours Hamilton, Ferrari fans. And Ferrari fans, you ain't getting him till 2022. So hands off. Yeah, and it's all over the news. So that's about Ferrari exit. Ted Kravitz analyzes it. F1, huge news. F1 news, Verstappen doesn't expect Ricciardo to get Ferrari seats. That was 5 hours ago being reported. Verstappen doesn't expect Ricciardo. So we don't know what's going to happen with Ricciardo. Either Ricciardo can go to McLaren. We don't know what's going on. But what it boils down to, for me, I'm going to stick to it. Vettel, if he goes anywhere, I think he's going to go to Red Bull. Red Bull. And if Alonso does come back, I think, for me, my favourite, and I'm surprised, I know he's going around on the internet, but I've been saying it for a year. If Alonso comes back, he says, like he said, this has come out of his own mouth. This is not made up. This is fact. This is straight out of the samurai's mouth, Alonso. He says, and you can find it anywhere on YouTube, Twitter. Look through his tweets. If you're that sad, look through all his tweets, and it said he's only coming back to F1 if it's in a winning team. There's no point of coming back to F1 if it's not in a winning team. And he dropped something 2 days ago on his Instagram as well, on his Twitter. He said, to win the world title, luck is more important than speed. The luck. Be in the right place at the right time. And that was 2 days ago. So that might be a hint towards maybe he's telling us fans that he's coming back to F1. But if he does come back to F1, which is most likely, because even Martin Brundle mentioned it today, because most likely he will come back. Martin Brundle, I usually listen to Martin Brundle because he ain't full of crap. Yeah, he's a straight shooter. He'll tell it how it is. If you don't like it, and he will ask them difficult questions, not like some F1 journalists who are just going to beat around the bush, just hover a bit. But Martin Brundle gets straight to the point, hits a nail on the head, boom, straight on it. And he said that Alonso, that he should be back next season, but he reckons he's going to go to Renault. I'm not sure. Again, we'll see what happens. But for me, Alonso should go to Ferrari. That's what I think. And I think Vettel will go to Red Bull. And I think Carlos Sainz is going to stay where he is. I think Carlos Sainz has got a nice setup at McLaren. He's friends with Lando Norris. He's really close to Zach Brown. Next season, they're going to have the Mercedes engine. Every season, they're getting faster. They've got a nice little setup. Why would you want to leave McLaren, who's on the way up, to go to Ferrari, and you don't know what's going to happen with Ferrari? Because if Carlos Sainz goes to Ferrari, he's going to be second driver. He will be the second driver, and can he handle that? At the moment now, he's at McLaren. Let's face it, he's the main driver. He's the main driver. After his performance last season, he outdone that car. Listen, when the driver outdoes his car, you know he's special. Carlos Sainz is special. I've been saying it since his Toro Rosso days. Toto Wolff should have signed him instead of Valtteri Bottas. He should have, but he went for Bottas instead. There you go. That's what he did. But if it was me, I would have went for Carlos Sainz. Now, Carlos Sainz is out of contract this season. You never know. Toto Wolff might say, you know what, Bottas, thanks for your services. We no longer need you. See you later. And he might sign Carlos Sainz. He could. That's another way. People are not really talking about that way either. Or, this is really a long shot, Vettel could go to Mercedes. I'm not saying that's what's going to happen, but that's another way that it could play out. Vettel could go to Mercedes, team up with Hamilton. So there's loads of scenarios. There's loads of ways it can go. But the way I think it's going to go, that the samurai Alonso is coming back to drive for Ferrari. And from Vettel, is going to go to Red Bull. Carlos Sainz is going to stay where he is. And Alonso, I ain't got a clue where he's going to go. I don't know. But like you said on there, Max Verstappen said he does not expect Ricciardo to sign for Ferrari. That's what Verstappen's saying. He knows him. He's been friends with him for years. What do we know? Like I said, it's just my opinion. At the end of the day, I don't claim to be an expert. I'm a fan. I love this. I love what I do. I love my channel. I love streaming. I love F1. This is my passion. I'll never, ever, ever quit. I don't care what anybody says. I don't care if I got 20 followers. I don't care if I got 50 followers. I don't care if I got 2 followers. I don't care if I got 1 subscription. I do not care. I will continue to stream. I will continue to make videos because I love this. And this is what I do. And this is the end of the Flaming Tarmac. See you next week, guys. Or maybe the week after or the week after. I'm not going to set a date. I'm not, like I said, I'm not going to do videos every week just to be important, just to sound important, and just to be irrelevant. No, I will report news when it's something big. Now, the next big news I will report in when we know where Vettel's going, and when we know where Alonso's going, and we know where Ricciardo's going, and we know where the smooth operator is going. Then I'll report some news. I'm not going to report news just because I said that Vettel has changed his socks. Vettel's got a new pair of underwear. Carlos Sainz has got a new hat. Carlos Sainz, who's been found in been streaming with Lando Norris. I'm not going to report news like that. I'm going to report news what's relevant to this. So, this is Solo P1 signing out of this Flaming Tarmac. Thank you very much, guys. Thank you very much. Bye.